to the Unreliable Narrator as we give you the solution to Daily Suspect, part one of our 10th anniversary special. And if you think this one's mental, then watch them all rhyme later on. But that's for another time. Right now, we are going to solve Daily Suspect, or not, as the case may be. It's only fair, I feel, to go in reverse and start with the person furthest down the chain.
Oh, God.
So, who, how, and why?
I don't have even a speckle of a guess. But you know what? I'm just going to say that it's Joe.
Joe.
Yeah.
How do we think he did it? Because I should clarify, in mine, there is who, how, and why. It's all there.
Shall I use the sleuth special? The sleuth special of because he looks dodgy.
Yeah.
Like it.
Because he looks. Wait, you mentioned me in poison. Poppy and poppies are poisonous. Nope, never mind.
So you wanted to change? Do you think you did it?
Do you think I did it?
Well, crucially, I know. I'm asking you.
Oh, this is like a speed interrogation.
Yeah.
Who do you think?
Joe.
Joe, because he looks dodgy.
And how did he do it?
He shoved the note down your throat to choke you to death, and then pulled it back out again.
Okay.
And put it beside your head.
Brutal.
Joe, how could you?
I mean,
okay, lovely. Paulie, who, how, and why?
Well, I'm going to go for either Joe or Seb. Joe, because of the difficult lines that you make him say.
The alliteration, yeah.
The alliteration. So there might be something within the whatever Joe said with that alliteration that was an anagram or revealing how he was going to do it. How he did it. I don't know. Poison paper cut? I don't know.
So we're going Joe.
Yeah.
Poison paper.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was
Joe?
Joe.
I think it's Poppy.
Poppy.
Just have stuck.
I think it's Poppy because she wanted the top spot. Obviously.
Yep, famously,
clearly.
She was the first to want the top spot as well.
Absolutely, she wants the top spot. And I think I don't know how. I'm inclined to believe it's something to do with the ripped up note. I feel that's significant. It was quite a deliberate. I rip up this note, which just felt a little out of place. So I feel it's something to do with that. I feel that's important.
Okay. Prior to that was Seb.
We'll never know.
I think it's clear he doesn't know. Get well soon, Seb.
I'm trying to think what the note said. It had the word puzzle in it and decoupled, and that has a P in it, but it also has a D and a C. So that doesn't help because no one else's names have a D and a C. I think it's someone whose name begins with a P. So it's either Paulie or Poppy. I think I'll say Paulie to be different because his name makes up the initials on the anagram, which was clearly contained in the limerick. And maybe he did it to get the top spot.
Paulie's been wanting the top spot. Maybe he kept saying top spot all the time because that's what he really wanted.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe it had like a sticky glue on the paper. And
sticky glue.
And it was a poisonous sticky glue. And when you ripped it up, it seeped into your skin.
Okay. And now the only person who probably has any chance of actually solving this.
Top SWAT.
Because she saw the original.
Yeah, I did have the luxury of having the original. So as my best mate, I'll let you do the solve because I know you enjoy doing that. But I think because I had the original note, you were poisoned, and it was me because there was some classic Michael Spencer random ass phrases
Right, I'm going to stop you there then,
Passwords.
because yes, I'm going to reveal.
That were clearly there for a reason.
Oh, I knew I should have gone with Alice because you said something about Wordsworth and that really weird line, like, "Oh, it's a weird last name" or something.
Wordsworth.
Wood.
Thinking of GDPR.
No, point taken. Whatever your weird last name is.
Yeah, but crucially, folks, in case I have to bleep this out later, I didn't say anyone's last name in this.
You didn't.
Other people, I did that.
You can bleep out the last names.
Right, so let me go down the list. We've got 2 votes for Joe via Poppy and Polly. We've got 1 vote for Poppy from Joe. We've got 1 vote for Paulie from Lex, and Alice thinks she did it. Well, I can reveal that the killer was, in fact, yes, it was Alice.
Hey.
Right, let's do the easy bit first. The limerick. The limerick, which was found on the crumpled bit of paper beside my head.
Oh.
Famously, it was a limerick that was found crumpled on a bit of paper beside my head.
Oh.
Which classically, because most of it was nonsense, it was because, well, the first letter spelled something else.
Bugger.
Which then it quite clearly spelled out this poem is poisoned.
Oh.
Which is why I didn't just tear it up, but I very specifically went,
Oh, it was a
because it had-
visual clue.
yes, it was a visual clue. I got a visual clue on an unreliable.
Yay!
Because I thought
I
everyone's
immediately
going to be
forgot
paying
the prop.
everyone's going to be paying so much attention to what I'm saying, they might just not consider what they're looking at.
What a shame.
so-
Alice immediately dropped the note.
Yeah, what a shame.
But I
Immediately.
didn't mention it. I was like,
You did.
it should be a prop, and I should have torn it up at this point.
So yes, the poem itself was poisoned. It was laced in poison. But now for the real business of this, because I knew everyone would focus on the poem, and I was hoping that people would focus so much on that they would completely ignore the other clearly random nonsense line that I threw in when describing Alice. Because what did she say? I said, talking about Alice, I said she takes offence at the accent I do from her, but her Australian's brilliant. It's almost as though she's been replaced by her Antipodean identical twin.
What a weird phrase.
Yeah, but it didn't make it past
Alice.
That's why.
Ah.
But why would I start seeding that there's an Antipodean identical twin? Well, later on, Paulie, because Paulie always gets these things right, I was able to disguise because Paulie gets people's names wrong. And he famously quite often refers to Alice as Heather. That's a thing that just happens. But he's never referred to her as Haley.
Heather, just to clarify, that's not... there is a Heather in close proximity to us. It's not just he thinks...
It's not just a random... But crucially, in this, Paulie referred to her as another name, Haley, which is weird because he's never called her that. And then the next line was most crucial, and I thought people would catch me out immediately, but no one did. Because the next line was, I don't know why I keep getting her first name wrong. It's her surname that's suspect.
Yeah.
And what did I say early on? That I started killing people with punny names, though I did occasionally receive death threats when I accidentally stumbled upon someone's real name.
Haley suspect.
Haley suspect.
Haley suspect. Which in an Australian, highly suspect.
You are I mean...
So she is in fact her own identical twin, Haley suspect, which I say every single mystery. Look at these disappointed faces.
Wow.
Goodness me.
Well done, Michael.
Well, that's actually like good enough for a real mystery.
Do you sleep at night? do you? Or do these just constantly tick over in your brain?
Well, as soon as I realised, oh, I could call someone Haley suspect.
Highly suspect.
Highly suspect. But I thought as soon as I start talking about Australian identical twins, everyone's going to see through it. But because fortunately everyone was so concentrating on the stupid poem, I managed to get away with outright saying one of the suspects had an identical twin. And none of you.
Not a Scoobies.
I didn't.
No clue.
Yay!
Yay!
God.
So yeah, I hope some of you at home got it because I mean I don't want to say I made it obvious, but there we go.
We'll all go lick our wounds.
It has been a pleasure having another unreliable narrator. So much so, we've got another one coming, and that one,
Is worse.
if you thought this was people making things up, next time they're making things up and rhyming
No.
sometimes.
No, we're not.
So look forward to that. In the meantime, happy birthday, Haley Suspect.
Yay!
Please don't kill me during the night.
Good eye, we're out for the top spot.
And on that wonderful sign off, thank you all for watching, and we will see you again very soon for another murder. Thank you, and good night.